Officials in Hong Kong announced that their inquiry into a tragic fire, which resulted in the deaths of at least 151 individuals, has uncovered that certain netting enveloping scaffolding utilized during renovation work did not comply with fire safety regulations. This revelation comes amid an outpouring of public sympathy and support, which has coincided with government actions aimed at suppressing dissenting voices. On November 26th, a fire erupted that would take several days to completely extinguish, igniting on the lower netting draped over bamboo scaffolding surrounding a single building within the towering Wang Fuk Court complex. The flames quickly spread indoors when foam panels affixed to the windows ignited, shattering the glass. Driven by strong winds, the fire leapt from one building to another, all enveloped in scaffolding and netting, until 7 out of the 8 structures were engulfed in flames. As the Chinese region of Hong Kong stifles dissent in the horrific aftermath of the blaze, what has the probe revealed so far? Here's all you need to know. Initial tests of the netting showed it was up to code, but subsequently, investigators collected 20 samples from all areas, including higher floors, and found 7 failed safety standards, suggesting contractors skimped to make greater profits, said Eric Chan, Hong Kong's chief secretary. They just wanted to make money at the expense of people's lives, he told reporters. As of December 1st, authorities reported that contributions for the fire survivors had amassed to an impressive total of 900 million Hong Kong dollars. Meanwhile, a continuous flow of individuals paid their respects by laying flowers, cards, and various tributes at an impromptu memorial located close to the charred remains of the building complex. Approximately 4,600 residents called the Wang Fuk Court complex in the Tai Po suburb their home. Groups are currently evaluating the structural integrity of the buildings, particularly focusing on the one that was the initial site of the fire and incurred the most severe damage. According to local officials, a combination of private contributions and 300 million Hong Kong dollars in startup funding from the government will be allocated to assist victims in reconstructing their residences and offering ongoing support. Additionally, the government has provided monetary aid to survivors to cover various costs, such as funeral expenses, and is actively seeking housing solutions for them. According to Hong Kong's Labour Department, residents have voiced their concerns regarding the construction netting for nearly a year. The department verified that officials conducted 16 inspections of the renovation site since July 2024, repeatedly notifying contractors in writing about the necessity to adhere to fire safety standards. Notably, the most recent inspection occurred merely a week prior to the fire incident. In response, Hong Kong's anti-corruption authorities and police have detained at least 14 individuals, which includes the directors and an engineering consultant affiliated with the construction firm. There has been a growing trend of individuals pondering the accountability of government officials. In the ex-British territory, which transitioned to Chinese governance in 1997, the scope for public dissent remains restricted as authorities have taken measures to suppress criticism under the pretext of national security. The Office for Safeguarding National Security recently blasted what it called evil schemes that had the ulterior motive of using the disaster to create trouble and disrupt Hong Kong. According to reports from local media outlets, a man involved in coordinating an online petition advocating for government accountability has been taken into custody on allegations of sedition. Additionally, 2 other individuals were arrested, one of whom was a volunteer who provided assistance in Taipo following the outbreak of a fire. Critics argue that the actions of Hong Kong officials resemble those of the mainland Chinese authorities, preemptively quelling potential protests before they can gain traction. Since the mass demonstrations in 2019, where hundreds of thousands rallied against the government's extradition proposals to mainland China, opposition has been effectively silenced in the city. Currently, Hong Kong imposes strict restrictions on large-scale protests and prohibits opposition candidates from participating in legislative elections.